Well, it's been a big week of high-profile public debates. Our own federal leaders going head-to-head on the campaign trail. Prime Minister Scott Morrison and Labor leader Anthony Albanese in a war of words during their first leaders' forum.
In the royal world, Prince Harry sat down for another tell-all interview as his face-off with the media continues. And the Hollywood trial that couldn't be scripted. Celebrity exes Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in court with explosive claims being laid out for the world to see. So we've heard their words, but what is that? When we're watching them in public doing their thing with all that body language, what does it say? What are they telling us by moving around their arms and faces and eyes and mouths and stuff? Here to break us all down is body language and communications expert Louise Mahler. I'm always very conscious when Louise is on the couch to try and get things right, and I think I screwed up that. Louise, lovely to see you. Starting at home first, Anthony Albanese might be at home now, lockdown, COVID, but before he went into isolation, which leader was winning in the body language war, do you believe?
Well, it's fascinating, but ultimately lacking lustre. You know, we have two white Anglo-Saxon men coming from a very adversarial background in politics. And what Scott Morrison wants to do is, you know, he wants to get that arrogant look, but he tempered that with hands like this and quite quick blinking, and did actually very well. Albanese wants to go when he gets pushed. He wants to go union, you know, and he wants to do that, and he did that at the 20-second mark when he was speaking. But otherwise, you know, he came out much stronger than I thought, because he's had a terrible week of performance anxiety where he stopped breathing, the brain stopped working. I don't believe for a second that he didn't know the unemployment figure, but he couldn't think,
just wasn't there,
you know, under the pressure. And he showed that in the debate by snapping his hands back and by going for glasses of water several times. You know, performers know that when your mouth dries up, I'm preaching to the converted here, that the tongue is enormously sensitive. So if you damage the tongue, it will bring moisture to the mouth immediately. So scraping your tongue on your teeth is the answer. Grabbing glasses of water doesn't work.
Okay. Let's move to the Netherlands. Prince Harry sat down for a rare TV interview. What did his posture tell you?
Prince Harry is always trying to disappear into himself. And my favourite thing there is he's leaning forward, but his back is crinkled. This means that his breath isn't working. And he opens his arms, but he immediately snaps them in. And then you'll notice that he puts his hands on the insides of his knees and sort of tries to withdraw. And they call that turtling, trying to go back into your shell. See that with his hands?
But that to me looks relaxed. That looks like he's sitting down for a nice, relaxed, friendly chat.
Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Nobody puts their hands in. I've never done that in my life.
I thought he was doing a thigh stretch.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
The man wants to disappear. He's not comfortable.
Okay.
He's comfortable in the role as the protector, and he does everything to be a protector. You know, tight fist, tight mouth.
Prince Turtle. OK, let's move on to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. We saw Depp take to the stand over the past few days. What's your take on his body language? Gee, it's difficult to turn away from this stuff. It's such drama.
They're both actors. They're both actors. And when it comes to truth or lies, who knows? They're both actors. But the performance that he's putting forward is one of slow, considered, possibly confused about why he's here, taking that attitude. It's gone for 6 hours a day, and it's going for 2 weeks, so there's a lot to watch. He's coming across as very creditable. Amber Heard, when I've seen her, is doing some very odd things about eyes darting, looking away, crossing her body, and then sometimes very neutral in her stance. There are clusters of behaviours that actually show that she seems more deceptive. It's a very serious case when someone's accused of violence, so who knows?
Can we just go back to Harry and Meghan? We spoke about Harry, but I want to just ask you about Meghan, because we saw some very public displays of affect, PDAs, as the young ones love to call them. What do we think about Meghan?
Well, first of all, when I get a pair of scissors, I'm taking that piece of hair off that hangs down the front so often it drives me berserk. But when she's on stage, I don't know what she was doing there at the Invictus Games, but when she's on stage, she's so confident as a performer, turning like this. The kiss, however, she has all all the rhetoric, but none of the body language of someone who is actually affectionate. So when he walked up, you would think that you would lean forward and put your arms in the cuddle. Instead, she put her hands flat on his chest and stood bolt upright. He then kissed her. She pushed him away and then moved. She has all the affection of an alley cat.
That means not much? Or,
Not much.
Not much, OK, all
Not
right.
much.
Well, maybe
rhetoric,
she was just like
perfection.
on show and on the stage and thought, oh, I better not kiss him on stage.
Do you think? Do you think? You would think the act would show
Maybe she had
affection.
maybe she had a smudgy lippy on and wasn't going to commit. Louise, lovely to see you as always.
Interesting take, though.
Really?
Interesting take.
Megan.
Those old alley cats, eh?